Alright guys, here we are looking around CEX Wakefield. There are two different stores in Wakefield, and this first one has a couple of good PS1 games there. Jackie Chan, 175 quid I believe. Don't know anything about that game, but a steep price. A cool blue PSP there. As we look around we can see that there was also a few Dreamcast games and GameCube games behind the glass counter in this CEX, which would make sense because I have seen those cases getting stolen and many cover reprints in different other CEXs. Here we can see a few GameCube controllers there, a few Game Boys, an old Nintendo gun. I used to have one of those, not that expensive at £10. A few Game Boy games here, Pokemon, Warrior Blast, Game Boy Color, £70. Is that a Game Boy Advance? I think that was. And yeah, a few more Pokemon loose cartridges, Pokemon Red in really nice condition there, and a yellow. Kind of very common games in CEX, but always good to see them. What else is there? We can see there a few cardboard Dreamcast games as well underneath, which is quite interesting to see. A few Amiibos, a few Sega Saturn games, a few loose N64, a couple of boxed. Back to the PS1 games again. They're just a better look at them this time. And Rule of Rose, I actually saw this in both of the Wakefield CEXs. Now, as you guys know, I also like to buy a lot of PS2 games. Got loads this year. Red Dead Revolver, I was tempted by that, but there was no manual with that particular copy, which is a bit annoying. Call of Duty, I've been meaning to get into those Call of Duty PS2 games. I haven't got any yet. Vice City Stories, that only had the manual, not the map. Black looks like a really good first-person shooter in lovely condition with the manual, which I was tempted by as well. But I've got a nice backlog of PS2 games at the minute, really, so yeah, it's a fairly common game, so I decided to not get that one on this occasion. Let's see if anything else takes my fancy. That Shadow of the Colossus, I've seen that now at a couple of CEXs actually. I don't know if it's just timing, but it's more common than what I would initially have thought. Celeste is a Switch game that I was tempted by, a good 2D platformer with that little booklet in. That looked really good, but yeah, didn't get it this time. And £15 for this Aladdin game.